like 4 weeks bros. Give me a Nicki Minaj. How they did mention that hallway. We gotta get rich in that hallway. Yeah. True story. You know, we used to live our life for this. What's that word, gang? What's that word? What y'all got going on? This ain't no more facade. I need me a Nicki Minaj. How they did mention that hallway. So I gotta get rich in that hallway. Yeah. What's up, y'all? W Gang, man. W Gang, chain swing. Hey. What's going on, Daniel? Happy Tuesday, my boy. What's that word? Y'all get the likes up, gang. What's that word, gang? We're gonna get into this finesse. Two-time brother Nolan, Warren's Moneybag, Yo, and Big Boogie about finesse. And then we're gonna get into this Nolan Well a couple topics with that. Hold on, guys. Let's get into it. We're just gonna hop on into it real quick. We ain't gonna be on here too long tonight. We just came in real quick, couple topics before we lay it down. Let's go.
No Love went live and let all finesse ops know he's standing behind his brother no matter what. Make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Music 101, the Street Reporter, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. The first person he went at, Wicked Films. He feel like Wicked Films picked the side, and anybody that have an issue with finesse, No Love feel Wicked right there giving them a platform. He interviewed King, and the clip went viral of King saying finesse 2 times had him sleeping in a Spider-Man bed. Can hear you.
What, like, your career in music, when he put y'all stuff out, why did y'all stop?
I'm gonna keep it 100, which I'm gonna tell you, man. If I tip them man there, they gonna drop his ass on the label. If he ain't pick me back in the house, I believe me.
They say they gonna drop him from the label because he ain't able.
So hold on. They were gonna drop him because he ain't able.
Let me in clubs. They
Oh,
gonna drop his ass.
What's I'm saying? What they got to do with the music?
I don't know, fool. That man just stopped making music. Man, I said, damn.
Oh, you couldn't even record no more?
And I got tired of this look.
Oh, so you got tired of it.
Hey, yeah, I left on his
If you ain't recording,
he was trying to have an upstairs. He was just trying to have an upstairs. Then I had this little amount of I forgot what type of bed it was, fool.
You said SpongeBob.
Man, it was no SpongeBob. It was a I forgot, fool. Spider-Man bed. You know that
a Spider-Man.
You had a Spider-Man
I
bed?
had me a small Spider-Man bed. My TV got this. My TV was this.
Your TV with what?
You was jail.
Man, that man is a juvenile, nigga.
It's on Jesus.
Yeah.
It's on my mama.
TV, how the TV
Bro, my TV was about this little, bro. I swear to God.
Wicked responded and explained why he interviewed King and how that whole situation came about.
The King interview, I had called LDG, I think it's Larry, Harry, one of them, and I apologize, I got it wrong, bro. King just popped up with us. You know what I'm saying? King just popped up to the interview. I didn't even call King for no interview. I wasn't even thinking about none of that, because last time I called King for an interview when he was with y'all was trying to charge me like $3,500 for the interview, and I just didn't want to do it. Like, so King said he was coming. All right, cool. They pulled up, and I didn't even know he come. He came. Boom. He did his thing. I asked him some questions while he was here. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't my intention for him to come to the interview and speak on you. I didn't know. But at the same most part, bro, I'm not against you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to do an interview, you can. He was trying to charge me last time he was down here. I didn't want to spend that money on no interview. And it's all love. Whatever your price is, your price.
That real though.
You know what I'm saying?
We could also address why you support Big Boogie music and don't post Finesse 2 Times music.
I really finesse. And the finesse know I put him the long way. You know what I'm saying? But he know I love Boogie too. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Boogie and Finesse go way back. And I don't get in their stuff. I never do get in their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why? Why am I getting that stuff? You know what I'm saying?
That real though.
You know what I'm saying?
That right, Wicked. I feel you, Wicked.
You made a post today. You said, "Hey, Wicked, why you ain't post my shit, post the twerk team? You must think I'm on something." I was cool with the other stuff because it was comedy, and I still don't take it no way. He said, "You must think I'm on something." It's to a point right now. And no disrespect to Finesse, but I don't even be taking the stuff serious, like, because I know him. I really know Finesse. You know what I'm saying? He get emotion, he's drinking, you know what I'm saying, doing some, just saying stuff. But why would you get mad at me for posting Big Boogie? I like the song. You know what I'm saying? Rich Wizard, I think John is bumping. Me, you don't even, but your song is a diss song, bro. You talking about Money Bag, yo. You talking about Boogie in the song. Like, I ain't got time for this stuff. I'm not posting no negativity.
That right.
And I posted the song. I would. And then another
thing. That white Finesse, you need to chill out,
I don't really never post your stuff. I posted here and there, but you don't even follow me.
No Love went live.
Oh, man.
Wicked,
No
Money
Love.
Bag, yo, Big Boogie, Big Homie G. He spilled the beans.
It's the same one that had the
Get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. And if you enjoying the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications.
Not man. Yeah, that's me.
All right, so look, man. First of all, I want to start off saying, first of all, a nigga on for my brother. I'm gonna say that first.
Hold up, my bad, gang. Shit that down. Hold up. Oh, dang. Hold on, gang. Reset my shit right quick. Goddamn, Not Man. Get the lights up for Not Man. Get the lights up for Not Man, man. Not man. Yeah, that's me. The same nigga that was on stage with the same nigga was on stage trying to portray like he was Finesse. And everybody like, no Love, we know that's you. Take that damn mask off your damn face. We know that's you. We know that's you, No Love. The same nigga that said, bro, why y'all had to jump me? Y'all want to fight me one-on-one? Not Man. Yeah, that's Not Man. For real. But that's Not Man, bro. Stop it. Nigga had a big ass knot on the damn forehead. No cap. Y'all remember that when that happened to No Love. Stop it. Don't act like y'all don't remember. Don't act like y'all don't remember that when that happened. The No Love. He had that fucking knot on his damn forehead. Now he calling out Money Bag though. Now he calling out money bad though.
Preachers, homie.
Ha ha ha
I'm
ha.
31 years
Let's
old,
go.
bro. I'm
Turn that
31.
bit up.
I am not the same young I was when I was 21.
Come on,
You
present.
nigga forget I seen everything happen, bro. Big homie G, yo, from you a fan. While bro was doing time like that, and we was over there by King Gates, and we was in the cold, and my brother was doing time, and you constantly asking me when he gonna come home, bro. When, bro, this, when, bro, that. We go
Hold on, gang.
where bag them be.
Hold up, gang. Hold up. We gotta listen to this. We gotta listen to. Hold up. It won't present. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. I'm trying to do the other screen. Wait. Maybe I need to do it like this.
Bro, freestyling for these folks, straight groupies. You know,
Man, chill out. Y'all remember when he used to freestyle for them boys? Hold on.
Where we from? I'm not against the
Y'all remember that?
with the rap beef and all this, and they kind of seem like they.
Y'all remember he was freestyling on that table, and they say Money Bag paid him.
When dudes speak, everybody.
What he's saying is, he said when Money Bag had paid him. You don't remember when Money Bag paid? He used to pay Finesse to freestyle and shit. Yeah. Money Bag used to be behind that camera when Finesse. Y'all see Finesse beating on the fucking table and rapping. Yeah, Money Bag used to pay that nigga to do that shit.
Bro was doing time like that, and we was over there by King Gates, and we was in the cold, and my brother was doing time, and you constantly asking me when he gonna come home, bro. When, bro, this, when, bro, that. We go over the big house where bag them be at, bro, freestyling for these folks, straight groupies. You know, Memphis different. You see what I'm saying? You know, really get their TV turned off behind this type of shit. Where we from? I'm not against the back and forward with the rap beef and all this, and they kind of seem like they hard. You nigga, I hard than my brother. My brother, the real king of Memphis. When dudes speak, everybody repeat it. I don't give a what he been through, what he did, what they said about him. Do him when he come to Memphis. Y'all in the blogs, y'all see what Facebook talking about. Homie just did, what, 30,000 likes on a video and the labels against him, hating. I done watched hate on my brother my whole life. I'm sick of that fool. When I know nigga what gonna happen, if you wanna get what? We men, man, know get what? If you go bad like that, go bad like that. Yeah, it ain't nothing ain't done. So what you gonna do? You can't feel rapping. So I really feel like, honestly, bro, I feel like these men what they saying, bro, trying to get some juice out of my brother, bro.
Man, come on, gang. Come on with this stupid shit, bro.
It's too much of a risk for him.
I ain't get tired of y'all stupid shit.
You ain't never did nothing gangster. And get what? If you nigga did do some gangster, you weren't there. You talking about? You weren't on the land while it was happening. I was one of them niggas on feet. Yeah, I know how I feel. Yeah, plenty times. BGE. And I ain't gonna speak about the whole BG, cause let me tell y'all something, bro. This is true facts, bro. I was just at my mama's house. She got my grandma in a vase, her ashes, a yellow vase. I took the vase outside, opened it up, let the sun get to it, you know, just looked inside of it, and just, man, this on my grandma. When bro first went round bagging them, I went live and this them folk. We still in Memphis. When I came, all right, I got it. When I came around bagging them, after I went live and talked crazy to them folks, I ain't never liked because get what? I was already in the streets with Bag and doing streets. I was already in the streets with Bag. Man, listen, I'm going to get out of this real fast before I finish. So, it was the young named Hollow I went to high school with. I don't like it no more. So, I ain't gonna lie, I was on some shiesty when I was young, you know what I'm saying? They was selling like Louis belts and gold shades and shit like this. Back in the day, Bag used to ride in a little van.
Chill out.
So I put up on him. He ain't even on his side of the city.
Man, chill out, no luck. That man went in no damn van.
Long story short.
Chill out, guy.
In my mind, in the car with, I'm finna take his and sell it to Bag. I'm finna take everything. I jump in the car with Bag. I'm like, hey, look, bro. I'm finna take, listen, bro. This is on my grandma, bro. On her ashes in my mama's house, bro. Everything I'm finna tell you is true. I jump in the bag. I'm like, hey, bro. Listen, how much you got? He got about $260. But he ain't trying to spend all of it. He want to see what I got. I said, listen, I'm finna overload you with this here. I told my brother this story. We laughed about all this shit. I'm just finna give y'all an example of who these niggas and what's really going on. So I'm like, yeah, I'm finna take. He see me talking to Bag so long, he pull out the parking lot. We in some apartment. He pull out the parking lot, pull in front of the car. I jump out the side of the car. Hey, homie, go ahead, roll, bro. Go ahead, roll. Go on, get away from here. You know what I'm saying? Get away from here, homie. It's all we. I got everything out the car. I'm telling him I'm finna show him this. Man, I swear to God, on my dead grandma, bro, on my mama life, the man was so scared. I ain't up no pole. I ain't did nothing. I'm like, listen, I ain't even in a car. I'm like, bro, take me back to the crib. Bag scared it. For the gas station across the street. Bag like, man, bro, you sure it wasn't no cameras, bro? You sure it wasn't no cameras out there? Damn, he currently saying it. Man, I'm like, man, drop me off. You was about in the house, called my brother. We laughed for 2 days. After this happened, Bag them start hitting the road and doing little shows. And me, my brother, we jump in the car with Bag and Black Youngster them, right? We on our way to like a little hit club. This was before Youngster even signed. We on the way to now.
I don't know why my shit keep doing that, guy. I might have to shut my whole damn thing down, guy. I don't know why that bitch keep doing that. I might have to shut the whole damn thing down. Hold on right quick. Hold on right quick, guy. Yeah, I'm gonna shut the whole damn thing down in that bit. Alright, bet. Alright, we should be good now. We should be back now. We should be back ready. Hold on, man. I'll get this right quick. That goddamn no love, boy. That boy that hell, boy. That boy no love hell. No cap. Let's see what we got in here. Kansas on 2008. God bless the Queen of America. Shout out to Kansas on. They went in on the people at that Popeyes. I ain't gonna cap. They went in on the folks.
Well, good afternoon.
They stay going in on people though.
Just wanted to give you a heads up. This is a before and it will be an after picture after as well.
I can't even see my
Just
mouse.
want to let you know that
Alright. Is we back or what?
Preachers, homie. I'm 31 years old, bro. I'm 31. I am not the same young I was when I was 21. You niggas
Oh,
forget.
that's why.
I seen everything happen, bro. Big homie G, you a fan. While bro was doing time like that, and we was over there by King Gates, and we was in the cold, and my brother was doing time, and you currently asking me when he gonna come home, bro.
Hold on.
When, bro, this, when, bro, that. Like, the man was so scared. I ain't up no pole. I ain't did nothing. I'm like, listen, I ain't even in a car. I'm like, bro, take me back to the crib. Bag scared it for the gas station across the street. Bag like, man, bro, you sure it wasn't no cameras, bro? You sure it wasn't no cameras out there?
What's up,
damn,
Gammy?
he currently saying it. Man,
Know
like,
you
man,
gaming
drop
in
me
that
out. You was about in the house, called my brother. We laughed for 2 days.
Salute to my boy Gaming, man. For real.
After this
Have a good one,
happened,
my boy.
Bag them start hitting the road and doing little shows. And me, my brother, we jump in the car with Bag and Black Youngster them, right? We on our way to like a little hit club. This was before Youngster even signed. We on the way to out now. Let me get you to understand something, fool. You need to finesse 2 times for rapping. Dude is treacherous, fool. Like, I don't know it. Like, listen, troll online. Even me, I call him up sometime. I low-key be scared.
Appreciate that, Gammy, that gift, guy.
Treacherous, fool. You hear me?
Appreciate that.
And know that. But to try him because they know that they didn't watch them online and on Facebook while he locked up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He going through his phases of Man, I got to be a better nigga, got to do better. These folks know this man screws loose. Like they know what's up with him to the max. You see what I'm saying? But instead of congratulating it and saluting it, knowing a nigga, bro, like, bro, you from our city, bro. We done ran across you, we were rapping, we not to stand on that man, fool. When that man went to jail, fool, everybody was saying, oh, he gone. 28 people shot. Oh, bitch hit in the neck. Oh, woo, woo, come on, bro. This the same man, bro. Boogie. Come on, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ, your room was smell like chips.
Chill out. Chill out, Big Boogie. Not the Fritos. What, the Fritos or the Lays? The Fritos or the Lays, no love. Let us know.
I ain't say that, homie.
Let us know.
I feel like every man got the ability
They smell like Fritos or Lays.
Every man
or the
got
Cheetos.
it in them to do some wild, wicked.
Which one it is, no love?
What I'm saying is, all I know is what I grew up with and what I seen. Come on, bro. Then one not wearing fake watches with them over your house sitting on the couch like that. My brother, you come through there and shit like that and pluck you on the back of your head, fool. You the pluck Boogie like this, fool, in the back of your head, fool. Yeah, and if you want to jack or anything, go around there and go get your folks and come back. Yeah, I ain't grow up like that. I don't know what they thinking. But get what? We got cousins down here where Bag and them stay at, right? Bag live and his folks live over here where my cousins them live at. They been staying over here their whole life. Now, we done bounced around the city. So East Memphis know what's going on. Certain parts of South Memphis know what's going on. North Memphis, Fraser, Raleigh, all these folks know us. These folks know what they're doing when that sun fall. You know what I'm saying? These niggas hearing about us, front note, pulling up on them, beating them. Like, niggas hearing about it, but get what? This is why I'm getting it. My cousin, them hating ass, down there, talking down on them, talking about, I ain't this and that, not even knowing, homie, really gifted. So get what? This what happened. Why my cousin could bag them none of the black youngsters, none of them know what we were doing, how we were moving for real. They're from a whole different side of the city, you hear me? I'm telling y'all that for a reason. So once me and my brother get in the car with youngster them and Bag, we on the way to the little bull show. Ain't nobody blew up yet. Remind you, I'm in the club when youngster signed with God and jumped up on the Lamborghini. I was in the city. My brother was locked up around the time.
We get a lot of ideas after dark. Denny's is actually a good one.
Don't nobody want to eat at no damn Denny's.
Excuse me, sir.
I'd rather go to the Hutter Highs
First million.
before I go to the damn
Trying to get
Denny's.
advice for the younger generation.
All right. That's enough. That's enough getting on Denny's.
So we jump in the car with youngster now. If anybody know youngster, they know he keep his CDs in the floor in a brown box in the middle of the van, bro. You hear me? On my mama, on my grandma. He got merch and CDs and boxes in the van. Any nigga ever been around us know what's going on when that van pull up. We ain't got a CD the first in it. We ain't got a box of cigars in this. You know what's in this. So what I'm saying is this shit ain't no mistake, homie.
So
how many times
what
they
point
texted
you?
us? How many times?
What point you getting at though? No love. What point you getting at? That you ride for your brother, we understand. I bet. You ride for your brother, I understand. You were going at him at first, but now you ride for him. Okay, all right. Bet. I understand. That's your brother. I understand. Brothers do get into it, but at the same at the end of the day, nobody else better not get into it with them. Oh, okay. I understand though, love. Moving on, gang. Moving on. Let's move to this. Let's move on to this.
The Nolan Wells bombshell report.
Hold on. Wait. Shut up. I didn't tell you to play that. I want to play this.
Yeah, nah, answer the phone. You
Let's go to this. Let's go.
So slick. All these other your son gonna get the worst of it. And he know it. Hello, am I speaking with Benjamin Hudson, mister?
Who is this?
You and your son gonna die, little bro. And your wife. For what y'all did.
If anybody try to say that Nolan Wells' family and Benjamin Crump is just looking for answers, then if they're just looking for answers, why are these people getting death threats? 3 people have been arrested on one side. Nobody's been arrested on the other side. Not saying that they're not getting threatening messages, but they're not getting to this degree. Hey, y'all, check this out. If you need custom shirts, hats, or gear,
We
check out
good.
Pure
We
Choice
good.
Apparel.
We
You
good.
can
We
pick your
good, fam.
product,
We
see the
good.
prices up front, upload your logo, and preview the design.
Fam,
It's
we
going to
good.
blow you away when you see it. According to officials familiar with the investigation, Nolan Wells' official autopsy is complete, and the results of that autopsy conducted by the state's medical examiner's office will now be sent to a grand jury.
Now, this is what I want to put out there. That person that's been arrested. This person is another one, right? Cincinnati woman charged after making bomb threats to multiple government officials following Nolan Wells' death. There's 3 people that have been arrested so far against Warren Hudson's family. And it's a whole bunch of other people finna get arrested once they find out their identity, but at least 3. And let me tell you what this means. If anybody try to say that Nolan Wells' family and Benjamin Crump is just looking for answers, then if they're just looking for answers, why are these people
What's up,
getting death
William?
threats? It's because they've portrayed the Warren family and all these white boys as suspects, claiming that they did something to Nolan. How do you know, Mr. Tatum? 3 people have been arrested on one side. Nobody's been arrested on the other side. Not saying that they're not getting threatening messages, but they're not getting to this degree. 3 people have been arrested against the white side. Here's a couple people that should get arrested once they find out who these people are. Roll the clip.
Don't try and run now. Your son is a piece of shit, and he's about to get all the way f***ed up. Don't run now. Use a punk just like your son. You him. You guys are gonna get what the coming to you. I know he killed that little kid, man. You guys aren't your wife ain't all you racist pieces of all you.
All right, next.
Yeah, no, to answer the phone. You and your folks think y'all ass so smart, so slick. All this other your son gonna get the worst of it, and he know it. He know it. Y'all ain't say, y'all can't say that little nigga. Y'all can't say y'all self. But you know it coming. It real coming.
Real coming.
Yo, sons and them gonna disable their account and all this other Bruce style. They know what's going on. They know what they did. They disabled their shit for a reason. They lowered up for a reason. They don't follow this ass for a reason. They know. Yo, scared to answer their phone because you know what's going on. And nobody scared of y'all white ass on Jesus. A face y'all.
Jesus.
Nobody worried about you.
All right, next clip. We played these yesterday, but for the people that didn't see it, I'm showing you some clips. He said they real coming. That's I don't know what language he's speaking, but they real coming. I need to make a shirt. They real coming. You coming over Uncle them house? Do it, bro. They real coming. You mean they're coming for real? Or they real coming? All right, come on. Here's another idiot.
Hello, am I speaking with Benjamin Hudson, mister?
Who is this?
You and your son gonna die, little bro. And your wife. For what y'all did.
I don't mean to laugh, but God of mercy, the ignorance. Who raising these people? You gonna die, little shawty? They real coming. Yeah, how about y'all get an education and then insult people? All right, so Warren and them have raised $134,000. Shout out to them. The only reason I support this is because they have been getting relentless death threats, and there is no findings that they had anything to do with this. The only reason we're talking about them because they're white. Because none of these pictures, none of these articles feature any of the black friends. None of them. Nobody's saying that Trayston had anything to do with it. They're not even accusing Trayston. Trayston already have an alibi. But they ain't talking about Trayston. They don't even bring him up. Then Javon, I think that Javon saw Nolan after all this. Not saying he had anything to do with it. I don't think he did. Why y'all ain't asking him nothing? Why y'all not having all of them as people who could be involved? It's only the white people. And because Tracy went on an interview with me, now ignorant black folks are threatening him and all this other stuff. It's insanity. 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 Come on, let's look at some other mindless fools. And when the lawsuits start hitting, these are prime candidates. I'm going to send all of these to the lawyers and let them make a decision. These people are out of their minds. Now, I'll say this. If this stuff was true, I see why y'all believe they didn't kill them. But they just made it up. Made it up. No facts. Made it up. Listen.
Those boys knew the mom was looking for the phone. So they had to dip out, go give the mom the phone, call the Coast Guard. The body was probably in the boat.
Now, that don't sound right.
Bro, because what time did the mom retrieve the phone? Right? They called the Coast Guard at 11. That makes sense. They were, the mom's looking for the phone. The mom's looking for, what do we do? That's why the boat was parked at the judge's house. Because they knew the mom had to go to the other kid's house to get the phone, and the body was in the boat in front of the judge's house. Wait to be dropped off.
She didn't say
chill out,
allegedly.
gang.
She didn't say I'm joking. She didn't say I'm finna. They might. That snag-a-tooth trailer trash woman. Lord help me. Come on. Let me take it back. That woman. You know what she looked like and how she acting. Was lying. She made the whole thing up. No allegedly, no nothing. She just made it up. Here's another one.
You gotta be a sick one. It's a sick world we live in. Where about 5 to 8 kids are able to keep a secret pertaining to the life of a black person. 7 to 8 white kids are keeping a secret. That's how much they tell you they don't value our lives.
Most people have no idea they can
well,
get
people
ready
getting
to post content.
people getting wild over this case, boy.
With Riverside.
People getting wild and all outside.
You gotta be. Are we in Disney World? Is this La La Land? This feels like a movie. You mean to tell me 7 to 8 white kids are keeping a secret about a black kid's life? Together? Conspiring? Nobody cracked? They got it from somewhere. Now the token black guy, I don't know if token is derogatory, but now the black guy that came, smashed all your girls, all the girls on them because they want that chocolate, huh? Hung to the knee, pause. I don't mean to be insensitive, but they wanted that chocolate. They wanted that, what you can't give them. Hey, all you came together, all the guys came together to conspire, to keep a secret about Nolan Wells. How deep is Mississippi? We know the history of Mississippi. We know the history of racism. We know the history of that, right? Mississippi burning, there's a lot of things that happen in Mississippi pertaining these things.
I can't handle the pure Neanderthalic ignorance. I made that word up. So somebody like, I made it up. I made a word up. Here's another one. Lawyers, if you out there, put the guy on there. You missed him. Him. Roll it.
Take on the Nolan Wells case. Bart did it.
Bart did it.
Now, this is allegedly, but I believe that Bart did it.
Time out. Bart lawyers, where you at? Come on. You can't just say allegedly, and then that covers you. No, you came out and knowingly and intentionally made a false statement. Roll it.
Had some type of relationship with Katie. Katie was obviously with Nolan. Bart had a jealous rage seeing a young black male with a white female. We know in states like Mississippi, I see it all the time in my community, where white guys get jealous to see black guys with white girls. I've seen it a million times, and people who deny this are flat out lying. I believe what happened was that Bart put Nolan in a chokehold, and he didn't realize his own strength, and Nolan did not wake up. Hence the reason why we hear in the background of the CITO call, we hear, "Damn it, Bart, Nolan, wake the f*** up, is he dead?" All this is allegedly now. Well, if he just accidentally killed him, then why wouldn't they bring him to the police? Because Bart has so much to lose. He was the star football player on his way to the NFL.
Bart was on his way to the NFL? Can somebody verify that? Bart was on his way to the NFL. These kids were like freshmen in college. Anyway, I seen the video. Bart's boat. All that. I'm just going to say, I don't think nobody was in any position to fight nobody. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think nobody was in a position to fight anybody. And I saw pictures of Nolan, and I don't think nobody whooping Nolan anyway. I don't think nobody in this friend group is whooping Nolan. I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't seen Bart. Maybe he's bigger. All right. Here's another one. Where the lawyers at? Look at here. Look at this one. Roll it.
Bart is mystery guy on the sinking boat call. Yeah, Bart is also the guy who Warren Hudson was trying to protect in his interview with Officer Ray Statham Tatum. He kept saying my buddy. But at first he was like, Bart and Bart. And then it's like he caught himself and he started referring to Bart as my buddy, right? And now I know why Warren was trying to protect Bart. I'll tell you in a moment. Why did Warren go out of his way to try to protect him out of all people? Why is he trying to protect this guy? That there is a massive murder cover-up.
What?
You see, Bart also has a father who is Bart Edmiston Sr. And if I am to believe, and Bart got some explaining to do. Bart, I'm telling you, whatever you know, you need to come on out right now, man. You might be able to save your football career. But you're not going to be able to circumvent this murder mystery.
All right. Please, Bart's attorney, please get him. If you don't get nobody else, get him and this dude with a pimple on his forehead talking stupid. This dude. I don't know how people listen to him. It's funny that these woke black folks will listen to white people disparage black people because they don't agree. They let them say all kind of disparaging things about black people. Call them coons, Uncle Tom, sellouts, everything. They get a pass. These people just making up stuff. Here's another one. Roll it.
What you need to know is this is a very affluent community, and the people involved, we have judges, we have a governor, we have a sheriff, so they're all in bed together. The medical examiner state.
This man said, all of them are in bed together with zero evidence. That is defamation. You don't have any, you're projecting that they have something to do with this boy's death, which is causing them to get death threats. And you have no evidence that this is true. Roll it.
C. Turner, who we know is famous for labeling black deaths as accidental, right?
Hey, appreciate that.
Something to know about this is that all of these families have it in their best interest to discredit Ben Crump, to discredit the family from the work they're doing to try and get justice for Nolan Xavier Wells. The autopsy, right? The autopsy should have been released a long time ago. And keep in mind, if this was an accidental drowning, Mississippi wants nothing more than to bury this thing and to have it be over with and get the national attention off of them.
Man. So, you know you're stupid and you've never investigated any crimes ever, never seen a crime investigated from start to finish, because no, they do not want to release the autopsy. You all are stupid enough to insinuate things that don't exist, so you are going to look stupid in the end because you did not wait. You do not want to release information while you're actively in an investigation. You want to dot your I's, cross your T's, do everything by the book according to the law, therefore going through the process without disclosing any information until the investigation is complete and you can give a person a complete story. Anything outside of that will compromise the investigation. Preliminarily saying we don't have evidence of a foul play at this time is standardized. They give you something until they can finish the investigation. And I think it was a problem that what's his face, Ben Crump put the autopsy out because it interferes with the investigation, in my opinion. Roll the clip.
We can't assume or believe it's an accidental drowning because their autopsy that they're holding back with the grand jury testimony waiting, they would have put it out. Now, they're already trying to discredit the Cito phone call, which all of us can hear very clearly, certain things in there that you cannot unhear that make this very suspicious and deserve more investigation. I'm not going to sit here and believe TMZ or Officer Race Tatum when they claim now, a day after Leonetta Brantley comes out with this audio, that all of a sudden 2 witnesses have come forward. Don't you think that's a bit coincidental? Witnesses who said that.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun fact.
These people had already talked to the police. They didn't come forward. This was already a fact. They came and told TMZ. They already came forward. It's already a fact.
Hey, appreciate that
We
gift.
already knew this. The boys are talking
Appreciate
already
that,
said this exists. In the interview, Warren said that they were gone already. This is not new. It's because you guys are liars. After the phone call me and TMZ did, no, we did not. We didn't have to do nothing. You guys didn't hear that. That's why Benjamin Crump ain't even identifying with this. And if that lady was really a person who authentically got to the bottom of a phone call, she would have never released a biased transcript. She created the transcript. All right, next one.
This whole thing with Nolan Wells, he goes on a trip on Horn Island, goes on a boat with, I guess it's his friends. Some people were saying, oh, it's his best friends. It's not. Then everybody comes back. He doesn't. And then just right off the rip, it gets weird because the parents are looking for him. Hey, what's going on? Where's Nolan? Not sure.
You know, this is why people think stuff and it's not true, and some of y'all should get sued. They didn't go looking for Nolan. The friends reached out to Miss Christine and told them that Nolan was missing. She would have never known. She was asleep. The boys called the Coast Guard. The boys went out the next morning on a boat looking for Nolan. Not his family, not his parents. Now, his dad mentioned that he tried to find a boat to go look for Nolan, but the boys had already been out looking for Nolan. Their friend. Roll the clip.
But you have his phone. Why do you have his phone? And how come you don't want to give it up to the parents? They get the phone back. Stuff is missing. What 18-year-old doesn't message on his phone to anybody for a whole week? Doesn't make sense.
Time out. Where did he get a whole week at? The family didn't say it. Benjamin Crump hadn't said it. Nobody's designated how long they claimed that things were deleted out of his phone. The mom never said that anything outside of his social media she believed was deleted. I don't remember hearing her say anything about that she believed that Nolan's phone was wiped or all of his messages were gone. She was saying the lack thereof Snapchats made her believe that somebody must have deleted his Snapchats. And I'm going to tell you how she wouldn't know, because she has no forensic extraction ability to extract the phone and see that the things were deleted. Unless she's claiming that weeks and weeks of content, like he said, is deleted and she didn't tell anybody but him. And then you gotta decipher who could have deleted it. Because the phone was in Nolan's hands, then it appears they were in his friend's hands, and then it appears that Javon and his mama came and get Nolan's phone. So it was in her possession before it ended up in mother's possession. So now you got a multitude of layers of figuring out who would delete it what, and you have to prove it. If there's anything deleted. Let him finish a little bit and we're going to move on.
Kids that were actually on the boat with him, while everybody was looking for Nolan, they were at breakfast. So then people were like, hey, how come you're not looking for Nolan? What's going on? Oh, you think we did it already? Did what? He's missing.
Right.
Here's another thing. One of the kids, his mom is a judge. So we have all these pieces already that it just looks bad.
Right.
Here's another weird thing. The search party. Everybody was looking for his body, right?
Right.
They find no body. Days later, oh, wait, there's a body. Where did the body come from? So you search everywhere, and then he just magically appears. They found his body fully clothed.
Where? Lie did they find it?
See, that's the thing. They didn't say where exactly. They said,
did.
Oh, we found him on Horn Island. There's no specific details. Was he in the water? Was he not in the water? Is he halfway? Was he washed up? The autopsy.
Talking about, they had the geotrack location where they found Nolan. When the boys took me out there, people were saying that this is the area that Nolan may have been found in. And then they say that he was disappeared and he washed up. Well, when you die, you start decomposing, the body begin to bloat, and that could cause you to float and then be washed up. Also, he wasn't found and fully clothed. That is a lie. He was found only in his swim trunks, according to the Cajun Navy. Wrote a clip.
Report just came out.
Okay.
Autopsy report comes out. Now, this is the second one. The first one was done by the state, which is automatically weird to me because, for one, they waited so long. Two, who do you think knows the autopsy person?
The judge.
The judge. They have a second autopsy. They say it's inconclusive.
What's inconclusive? His death?
Yes. They're saying that they don't know exactly what happened. His throat is missing.
What do you mean his throat?
His throat is missing.
It's cut out?
Because of the first autopsy. It's inconclusive because of the other autopsy. Now, there's an abrasion on the back of his head. They're saying that they don't know if it's from being on a slab because it could be pulled.
There's no abrasion on the back of his head. There's no laceration. There's no bruising to the back of his head. In the soft tissue, there's redness in the soft tissue underneath the skin that's not visible on the outside. Lies. Roll the clip.
The blood, it could be, there's no fractures and no bruising, but they do have this red part on his back of his head. The timeline is very sketch because the judge, she posts on Facebook before deactivating it.
Right.
So she says, hey, they told Nolan, hey, we're taking on water. Basically, their ship is sinking. Okay? Slowly. We got to get out of here. We got to go back. That was at 3 o'clock sharp. 4:30. Then they leave? That's strange because you just said you told him at 3. He says, no, I'm talking to a girl. I want to stay. And then 4:30 you leave. So what's the time gap? And then the girl that he said that he was talking to, she said that wasn't even true.
Not true. We saw the text message. We don't need to litigate this.
Crazy work. But they got some crazy work going on in another well case, bro. Everybody saying this, everybody saying that, but it's some crazy work here, boy. God dang. Yeah, this is crazy work. I ain't gonna count to y'all. So much to try to keep up with, to be honest with you. God,
yeah, no, the answer to you and your folks think y'all ass so smart, so slick.
This right here, man.
Your son gonna get the worst of it, and he know it. He know it. Y'all ain't say. Y'all can't say that, little nigga. Y'all can't say y'all self.
Don't try and run now. Your son is a piece of shit, and he's about to get all the way up.
I think it's invaluable that people support people who have been done wrong. I don't care if they were black, they were white, they were women, men. When wrong is wrong. And for you to put these young men in a position where you're claiming that they killed somebody with no evidence whatsoever, only based on the skin color, come on and support. I want to tell you guys about Shenergy. If you're looking for an energy drink that's clean, 75 milligrams of caffeine, nootropics that help you with focus so you don't crash and have all that crazy. I just want to put this forward real quick. And I'm not trying to bash that boy mama, but I do feel like since she bring my name up and in part want to disparage me and say these things, then I the gloves are off. I'm going to say what I feel, and you have now entered the zone. Let's put this up on the screen. This is problematic, in my opinion. This is a stimuli to why I feel the way I feel and how I felt at the beginning of this investigation. If mama would have came out and the family would have came out and said, look, I want to know what happened to my son. I'm going to do a private investigation. I'm going to hold them accountable to make sure they do exactly what they're supposed to be doing to find out what happened to my son. The end. Nobody in the world would have a problem with that. Nobody in the world should judge her on that. Nobody in the world had nothing to say because everybody in the world would do that for their own baby. It's when you come out and say, we know the history of Mississippi, so it must be an impropriety. He was out there with white people, so they must have killed him. They must have done something wrong. We're going to get to some of the fact patterns in post-show clarity for the members, but we're going to get to some of that stuff where saying that they deleted stuff from the phone. I just want to throw this in there. They deleted stuff from the phone. Let me tell you why that doesn't pass the smell test to me. I don't know. I wasn't there. We will find out through an investigation. But when you say they deleted stuff from the phone, one or two things have to occur based on reality. You have a phone and you look at it and you said, these things have been deleted. Therefore, if you know that they're deleted, you can see what had been deleted. Because you'll have a text or something that says this was deleted, or you'll see in the deleted folder that somebody deleted this document. If you don't have material that you can visibly see that was deleted, then therefore you're assuming that things have been deleted. And you're making an assumption that because these kids are white, they must have deleted something. When you have not been able to verify by seeing his phone before and after to make a determination if things were deleted, who actually deleted it, you are insinuating. And if there were things that were deleted, his mother wouldn't know because you would need to do a forensic extraction in order to find out what exactly was deleted, when it was deleted, and how it was deleted. And that these things were not deleted by Nolan at all at any point in time. The absence of content does not equal deletion. So why would you go out and say that unless you saw evidence of deletion and you know what was deleted? And I want to know, was there a lock on his phone? Was there a code on his phone? Now, this is what's going to shock me, because all this stuff has to come out at some point. I'm wondering, and this is just something that I would like to know, I haven't heard anybody say, did he have a code on his phone? And if he had a code on his phone, did his mother and his stepfather know the code? If the answer is yes, then the next conclusion is, did the friends know the code on his phone? How did the mother know the code on the phone? Is it because he told you the code, or you somehow figured it out through trial and error? If he had a code, how did they know his code?
How many people in here know the code to your family member's phone, like your girlfriend, boyfriend?
That to me is
children?
Something I would investigate. But let's play this clip.
Who know the code to they family member, their phone, close family member? Who know the code? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Let's go.
Where's mama?
We have to have tough conversations. This is something our community already knows. We have to make sure that, and I know my husband and I, we have had countless conversations with all of our children about the importance of understanding when you are moving in different spaces with people that do not look like you. And it's unfortunate that we have to have these conversations, but they are needed in order to hopefully keep our children safe. So I would say to all the mothers out there, especially my Black mothers, we just have to keep pushing forward. We have to do the things to protect our children.
Okay. I would never talk to my kids like that. I would never brainwash my kids into thinking that they in some spaces because they don't look like us. That's the most.
I do know my wife's code.
Let me move on.
Daughter's code.
Now I want you to go down imaginary lane with
Salute
me. Imagine if a white person says this.
Salute everybody in here.
Got on TV.
No cap.
And said, I have to teach our children, all of our children, that they need to be mindful in spaces, especially in spaces where people don't look like us, in an all-Black neighborhood. And they go, we need to have these conversations in order for our children to be safe. And I'm talking to my mamas out there, especially my white mamas. People would have a stroke.
Can we get the 50 lights game before we get up out here?
You will lose your medical license if a white person came out and said what she said.
I'm about sleeping. Be honest
So
with
in the
y'all.
spirit of fairness, I think that's inappropriate to say.
I was gonna go 2
I have
hours.
mixed children. I would never in my life tell my kids, watch out around here because they don't look like you, color skin. I would say watch out for the kids that's doing wrong. Kids that are cheating on their test. Kids that are not doing summer workouts. Kids that don't have integrity. Kids that are trying to pressure you into doing drugs and having sex before you're old enough to understand what this is all about. Beware of those children. Those children don't have a color. I'll get to my soapbox in a minute. In other news, the boys, their father, Ben Hudson, and the attorneys have a give, send, go for the boys, and they just launched it. Let me tell you what my thoughts are on the give, send, go. If these kids hadn't been threatened and lied on, and why do you say lied on, Brandon? They have shown me evidence. I have seen and verified evidence. There is Life 360 evidence. There's CETO call evidence that proves what they're saying, and that people have been lying about them so long that they need to take legal action against people. If these boys had not been lied on and threatened in front of me, I saw threats coming in against them. I would say I ain't gonna even mention the GoFundMe. But the fact that they now got to sue people, and Nolan Wells' family and attorney is prepping to sue them with no information of what happened to Nolan, whether he was killed or he drowned. They don't even care. They're trying to make money, so they're going to sue these boys. Then I wouldn't even support this. Put the thing up there. So anybody that believes that these boys need legal fees taken care of or whatever else they need, go ahead and support. Go ahead and support. And let me tell you, in my heart of hearts, after reviewing all this stuff and listening to everything, I want to support them. I'm trying to be fair, and I can give them a popularity. I can push it out there and let y'all make an opportunity at it. I'm going to try to be fair until the conclusion of the case, that I'm not going to give to either GoFundMe or Give, Send, Goes. But I'm going to tell you what, I'll put it out there if y'all want to support. I think it's invaluable that people support people who have been done wrong. I don't care if they were black, they were white, they were women, men. When wrong is wrong. And for you to put these young men in a position where you're claiming that they killed somebody with no evidence whatsoever, only based on the skin color, come on and support. We got the link in the description section. And if we don't, we better put that link in the description section. If these boys were black, and you got white folk out here claiming they didn't kill somebody with no evidence, only because they're black, put the GoFundMe up there. Now, here's just a glimpse of, I was just saying I would tell you to put the GoFundMe up here. Here's a glimpse of some of the things that they're getting as hate mail.
Y'all hit that like and sub for me, gang. Let's go.
And guess who's doing the hate? For me. You can hear it in their voice. Roll it.
Don't try and run now. Your son is a piece of shit, and he's about to get all the way up. Don't run now. You use a punk just like your son. You him. You guys are gonna get what the coming to you. I know he killed that little kid, man. You guys aren't. Your wife ain't. All you racist pieces of shit. All you.
All right, next one.
Yeah, no, answer the phone. You and your folks think y'all ass so smart, so slick. All these other your son gonna get the worst of it, and he know it. He know it. Y'all ain't say. Y'all can't say that little nigga. Y'all can't say y'all self. But you know, it coming. It real coming.
It real coming.
Y'all sons and them gonna disable their account and all this other Bruce tag. They know what's going on. They know what they did. They disabled their shit for a reason. They lowered up for a reason. They don't follow this ass for a reason. They know. Yo, scared to answer that phone because you know what's going on. And ain't nobody scared of y'all white ass. On Jesus. A face y'all. Ain't nobody worried about y'all. Ain't nobody scared about y'all. But y'all better be worried about that boy. Cause I promise you something gonna happen to his ass. If I don't get to his ass, nobody else get to his ass, something gonna happen to his dick.
Crazy work. Man, this is crazy work with the Nolan Well case, man. This is crazy work, gang.
And you might want to go and block me, because I swear to God, I'm going to call you up on every day until they come clean. I'm talking about some, ooh, this your old scary, the white ass.
Did somebody pay him?
Another one. Hold on.
Did somebody pay him to say, did somebody pay these boys? Let me know. Did somebody pay these boys? Let me know, gang. Somebody paid these boys to say this shit. It had to be.
But let
Gave
me
them boy a couple hundred to say this shit.
You know how crazy this is? Do you know how hateful and racist these people are to come call somebody to say that to them? And you know how deranged people got to be?
Somebody talking about the beats make it more funny.
Their accounts because they're getting threatened like this. They deactivate their account because y'all fools calling them and want talking about you gonna kill them. Y'all done got a lawyer because they're getting accused of murder. They're being accused of murder. Y'all, they didn't go to the funeral. Cause y'all threatened to kill him. Y'all all saying that they did this. Why they gonna show up at a funeral for y'all to do something to him? Because y'all think they didn't kill the boy and they been gone. They were left at 4:30, gone. Everybody gone. We don't know what happened to Nolan. But it seemed like nobody really cared. They just want to blame these white boys. Here another one. This is actually a phone call. Mr. Hudson answered the phone. So y'all know it ain't just some fake stuff. He answered the phone. Roll it.
Hello? Hello, am I speaking with Benjamin Hudson, mister?
Who is this?
You and your son gonna die, little bro. And your wife. For what y'all did.
Now, let's see who condemned this behavior. Who's going to condemn? No, the color community that been talking about me ain't going to condemn none of this. They don't care, bro. This is how they are. This is who they are. This is what they represent. I'm telling y'all, 100%. I grew up in this environment. I grew up in the hood. I know how black people think. Not every black person, but most of them think like this. They grew up with a disdain and hatred towards white people. And it don't even have to be taught to you. My mom and them never taught me to hate nobody. We lived in white neighborhoods. We lived all around. But they ain't never taught. But your peers, it's this environment that you end up in where you start watching stuff on TV. You listening to music. You looking at celebrities. And it's all building this thought in your mind, especially when you live in an all-black neighborhood, that white people are out to get you. This is why it's so easy to trick black people and say, look, white boys, a black boy died, racism. They'll put a shirt off their back to come support something like that with no facts, no evidence. Because they've been conditioned to hate white people in perpetuity.
How y'all feel, gang? Is y'all with Trump? I mean, what his name is? Stop 6. I call him Stop 6. Is y'all with Stop 6? Y'all with Stop 6 or what?
Hello, my name is Jennifer Harvey, and I've been with West.
I know y'all. That's y'all homeboy. That's y'all homeboy. But I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people get mad at Stop 6, but like I've been saying in all my screams, gang, I'm gonna keep saying it. What if, just what if, gang? What if he been telling the truth the whole time? What if them boy innocent? Well, just what if, gang? Because I said tomorrow, just say for instance, if we go to court tomorrow, we just go to, I'm talking about load it up. If we go to court tomorrow, gang, what can we put these boys in jail for? Like, what solid thing that we can prove to the jury that them boys are guilty? What can we prove that these boys are guilty, gang? I'm trying to see what'll make the jury say guilty. I'm trying to sit here and think, but I can't really put my hand on it right now. Maybe y'all know. Maybe y'all know. Hold up. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, gang. Say, man, me and they already got the jury and the judge. They would believe programming on them so much they would risk their life and yours for a lie. But I'm damn sure not gonna shoot them, bro. Let's just see how y'all play. It seems like everybody compromised. Hey, I'm just saying. I want to see how all of it play out, though. Facts and statements still coming in, player. What facts, though? Everything they've been telling us, it just all been some reaching shit. Oh, that was Nolan. That was Nolan on the boat. That was a sighting. There was another sighting. Wait, there was another sighting in the Nolan Well case. We think Nolan was on this boat. No, he was on this boat. No, did y'all hear the call? Did y'all hear? Yeah, did y'all hear what they said on the call? Did you hear what they said? Oh man, guilty. Y'all should have heard the call. Guilty. I don't think that call gonna fly neither. I'm just being honest, gang. Say, oh, you with Tatum? Bruh, I'm just saying, what if he right? What if it come out that man, he ain't even be on the live, gang? I'm just being honest. What if? Just what if? I ain't on nobody's side. I'm on my side. On my brain. It just ain't nothing that's, I'm talking about a jury. This ain't about me. This ain't about me talking about, am I with Tatum? This ain't about me. This is about when they go to court and with the jury. You got to prove it to the jury, not the judge. I ain't talking about no fucking judge neither. Not no judge. I'm talking about the jury. What can we show to the jury that say, yeah, hard evidence now that these boys are guilty? We need hard evidence, gang. I'm trying to think, though. Because maybe it's something I'm missing. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe, just maybe I'm missing something here. I heard the CTO call. We heard other people's statements. We heard from his so-called friends. I don't know. I don't know, gang. I don't know. I don't know what can really. I'm talking about the jury now. I ain't talking about me or y'all to prove to y'all evidence that y'all got and shit. I'm talking about what evidence they can show to the jury tomorrow. Like, say for instance, they going to court tomorrow. What can we go to court? What we could bring in court and say, you know what, boy, I have your ass. Y'all remember Norbert say, I fell in the pun. Yeah, it was filled up with numbers, addresses, dates, but boy, I had your ass. We need to. Somebody said something about Nancy. I had her video pulled up, but I wasn't gonna stay in here too much long because I gotta get up. But let's play some of it. I gotta get up. We're gonna talk more about this when I get off though. I ain't gonna cap because and maybe I'm missing something, and then I'm sleepy too. So maybe my brain ain't damn going right like it's supposed to.
Tonight,
yeah, right.
Does it reveal new witnesses? And because of the new timeline report, is there a timeline shift in what happened the afternoon and evening? Nolan Wells seemingly disappears. His body found washed up at Horn Island. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
All right, Nancy. Let's see what you're talking about, gang.
What is in that autopsy?
Now I really want to see the other autopsy to see, is there trauma to the body? Is there something that happened?
I couldn't believe it.
I could not believe it. I have no doubt that what we're listening to and what she did is credible.
Not only has the timeline been analyzed by the Cajun Navy, the U.S. Cajun Navy, based on all sorts of statistical data, new photos are emerging. Take a look at this photo before we go to the Cajun Navy. Look at this. Check out what you're seeing. Look at all the boats surrounding where Nolan was. Leave up the photo out to Caitlin Becker, senior national correspondent, New York Post, star of New York Postcast, of their new podcast. Caitlin, what are we seeing?
Well, what we're seeing here comes from this new report from the United Cajun Navy, and you're seeing several boats strung together. This is one of the first images that we've seen of this certain configuration of boat there. They're all identified, one of which was the boat that Nolan came out there on. There's several others kind of anchored with it and tied up, which begs the question of where was Nolan when this photo was taken? Because it's unclear if he's actually in it. What time was this photo actually taken? So what you're seeing here is, as you said, a potential pool of witnesses.
Hey, Caitlin, look at this. There's boat number 1. There's boat X. There's boat number 2. There's boat number 3, and there's a boat from which the photo is taken. Now, look in the water. There much has been made. Nolan Wells was drinking. Okay, well, apparently everybody was. They all have containers, open containers in the water. Okay, as far as I know, that's not a felony. Boat number 1, full of people. Boat X, full of people. Boat number 2, full of people. Boat number 3, full of people. People on the boat from which the photo was taken. Some of these boats tied together. You know what that means in my world, Caitlin Becker, joining us in the New York Post? Let me see, Caitlin, please. That means witnesses. See, when I look at that, I see witnesses. Other people say, hey, there's people having a good time. I see witnesses. Do you see all those people?
And a lot of them.
Who were they? Have they been spoken to? Have they been polygraphed? What can they tell me?
That is the question, right? We don't know from an investigative standpoint who has been spoken to, exactly who is in this photo, and what they have or haven't told law enforcement. There hasn't been really any transparency there. But from what our reporting has showed, there have been dozens of people who have spoken to law enforcement as witnesses. But Nancy, we don't know if it's any of these people that you're seeing in this little cove area right here. And the timing, I think, is really important because these images are taken right around, I think the timeline's about 3:30-ish, 4:30-ish, when the boat that Nolan came out there on leaves and starts taking on water. That's one of the pegs for the timeline. When these photos were actually taken, that is a peg for a timeline. But what we don't know is where Nolan is. There he is. You can see that image right there. But we don't know is where Nolan was when that first image that we saw with all of those boats kind of tied together, when that was taken.
You are seeing a photo obtained by our friends at the United Cajun Navy. And speaking of the United Cajun Navy, joining me now is Brian Trasher, Vice President, United Cajun Navy. And for all of you attacking the United Cajun Navy, let's see that aerial footage they provided us. This is from the Cajun Navy describing their search, their aerial search. They spotted Nolan Wells' body.
Wailing in the air like that?
They have been integral in the search.
Wait. They was that high now? And they spotted him? Damn, they got a good ass helicopter. I ain't gonna count, bro.
And helping elucidate the facts as we know them.
Everyone keeps asking me how I'm doing my podcasts all by myself, and I have one answer.
But they got a good ass helicopter, boy. They spotted that boy high down like that, boy. God damn.
Brace yourself, Trasher. Everybody else is getting death threats. You might as well join the party. To you, Brian Trasher, the United Cajun Navy has come up with a timeline. Now, did I hear Caitlin Becker from the New York Post correctly that that photo where the boats are named Boat 1, Boat 2, Boat 3, and Boat X, is that from you guys, the United Cajun Navy?
First of all, I want to thank you for calling this report what it is, and it's a timeline. And some people have called it an investigative report, and it's not accurate because, as you know, we're not investigators. And what we did, Nancy, was we asked our followers, say, hey, if anybody was there that day, you have pictures, videos, whatever, send it to us just so we can go through it, see if there's anything relevant. We took all that information and compiled it into just one digestible report of things we thought were relevant and could be helpful. Maybe they're not. Maybe law enforcement's already seen all this and it's nothing new to them. But we just wanted to be transparent about what we received. So going back to your question, the pictures that we received, we did not, as an organization, take any of these photographs. These are all images that we received from people who were trying to help us out and trying to help Nolan's family out.
So you asked the public for help, and you got it. You got a treasure trove of photos, and I find this one significant. Guys, we got an all-star panel, and I would like the all-star panel to look at their screens, because I've talked about this before, Brian Trasher, and I'm frankly fed up with attacks on the United Cajun Navy. They're doing something, which is more than all of the haters can say. They're doing something. They have amassed evidence. They have created a timeline to the best of their ability. They have shared it with us. Unlike the autopsy that is complete is being kept secret from us. That said, they're helping. Why trash them? That's, I'm not a shrink. I can't answer that. Let's look at this photo and determine what, if anything, we can discern. Brian, you and I have talked many, many times, and I told you about a serial killer I finally convicted on one case, where the jury convicted him. And I proved a lot because of one earring I found in a particular location. The victim was wearing an earring, and the other earring had been sliced out of her ear, and I found it somewhere else, and I learned a lot because of where it was. Now, don't even bother to tell me that this photo that you have produced is not probative of something. The cluster of boats. Number one, I see a lot of witnesses. Trasher, do we know what time this photo was taken?
Oh, wait. Who ain't got no teeth in the chat? Come on now.
We don't know definitively.
Somebody said somebody ain't had no teeth.
Because
dang.
Even though they're time stamped, it could be a time when
y'all
it was
crazy,
screenshotted,
man.
stamped.
I'll read some of y'all comments.
The original photograph, so we were very careful.
Listen, I can see y'all comment at all times, gang. I'm sitting here reading the comment. Just because you don't hear me reading out loud, I'm reading them. No cap. Let's go.
To denote that in our report that we can't verify timelines, although based on shadows and positions and things like that, we can determine that some of these, as noted, are taken in the late afternoon. One of the things I thought was interesting about some of these photos we got, Nancy, was that a lot of the photos we had seen before were people like in waist deep water. Well, some of the photos we provided show people up, water up to their chest, almost to their neck, and that's not really wading. That's treading water, in my opinion, and that I thought might have been significant to know that many people were, perhaps enjoying some libations, but also in water that might have been a little too deep just to be playing in.
Good point. You also said something else really smart, and I certainly do not want to rely on this, but sometimes you have to, you take the evidence as you find it, and you make the most of what you've got. You said you could tell this was late in the afternoon because of the shadowing. I wonder if the tide could tell me anything, because how high up the water is. But these people holding drinks, they're not treading water, Trasher. They're standing there. These people are not treading water, and the water is up to their armpits. Is that the photo you're talking about as to where you think some of them are treading water, or are there other photos?
The photo at the top, yeah, you're right. It's about up to their armpit. I think there was one later in the report that that showed some of the kids. This was a screenshot of a social media post, and there's 3 boats visible, one fourth boat further in the distance, but a lot of kids on one boat. I say kids, young people on one boat, some on the boat, some in the water, and some of them it looks, maybe up to the armpit, but some of them, depending on their own height, it looks like it's I could see a girl holding something in her hand, and the water looks to be pretty close to her neck. So that's pretty far out. Now, we've said several times that Horn Island has a very aggressive slope. So you can be in shallow water and deep water within just a few steps. And once you get into that deep water, you're not as able to keep your feet on the ground if a current comes and pulls you, or God forbid a riptide comes and drags you. So that's why we thought it was significant to know that they were socializing in fairly deep water.
Can we get back to the main photo
Hey,
with the
shout
boats
out
of
that
number
boy Kenny,
1,
man,
2,
going
3,
in the chat
X?
like that.
Isn't it true,
Shout out
Brian
that boy
Trasher,
Kenny, man. Shout
that
out to
these
everybody in
boats
here,
are
though, for
easily
real.
identifiable
Shout out to everybody.
by I call it a tail number, like you would a plane. Every boat has to be registered, or supposed to be registered. It has a number on it. It often has a name like Triton. One was named Mac Daddy. There were other names. They're registered, and you know who the owner is, and the owner can tell us who was on the boat that day. Is that correct?
Theoretically, yes. You can make out the registration number or the name of the boat if the vessel's name is registered, along with the registration number. Usually that's sometimes only on a Coast Guard document, but sometimes on a state registration you can put the boat name if it's asked for, or if you have one. So that is all possible. I'm told, and we're asked to compare notes with the sheriff's office, which we're doing. But I was told that there's been a lot of people that have been contacted and interviewed, and there's a lot of people who were there that day that voluntarily came forward to tell what they know, and because they might have seen their boats and pictures, said, we might want to go ahead and call them and let them know, where we were, who was with us, and what we know. So I commend those people for coming forward, because it's not always easy.
To Marie Pereira joining us, in addition to the Vice President of the United Cajun Navy, who has been there from the get-go trying to help solve the case. Marie Pereira, registered nurse, which is important, but she is a criminal defense attorney and domestic violence expert. She is a violence expert certified
Hold on, I gotta get
advocate.
me a damn black.
Marie, you
Who
saw
is
that.
it? Oh, she's an
All those
advocate.
people in
She's an
my book
advocate.
are
Okay,
witnesses.
go ahead,
One of them
sister.
is saying at 7:30, Nolan was nowhere to be seen. Now, I want to see the video or the photo again, because you want to tell me that this guy,
Hey, y'all double
Nolan
tap that
Wells,
screen
hit
and
his
sub
head
button
and
if y'all
drowned,
new.
and none of those people saw what happened? I find that really hard to believe.
It is hard to believe, and that's why it's extremely important that the law enforcement are not too
Salute
proud
to everybody in
to
here,
get
man.
help from the public. Like you said, if people are sending in videos, they should be using those videos to conduct further investigation. I'm praying that this is a situation like Brian Kohlberger, where the police department, they were being ragged and being called ranky-dink police, while all the time they were investigating and putting together a case against him. I hope that, because all the time they were saying, oh, what are they doing? It was I think the DA had a long, big beard, which wasn't very conducive to believing he knew what he was doing, but they knew what they were doing.
I know, it looked like Leonard Skinner sitting there. Hey, that videos from Officer Tatum's podcast. All this means witnesses to me. And do you remember in the Diddy case, there was actually a toll-free number for victims to call? There were that many victims. Not that it helped at the trial, but that said, I think there needs to be a toll-free number. If you think you have evidence, dial the number. If you have photos like the United Cajun Navy is doing, they asked for the public's help, they got the public's help, and there's more to get. That's what is needed now. Every picture, every video. How often have cases been cracked when someone spots something in a picture they hadn't noticed before, or their memory is jogged by a photo or information they've seen online? I've pointed to this a million times. Brian Trasher, the Gabby Petito case. Her body would never have been found if it weren't for amateur sleuths. I believe their name is Red, Blue, and Methane. They were a couple out in the middle of nowhere in dispersed camping where there are no porta potties, no lights, no hookups, no anything. It's just you and the wild animals. I've camped and dispersed before. They're out there and they see a vehicle and they go, that's Gabby's Ford Transit. And they call authorities who would never have gone to this dispersed camping area, and they find her remains.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's how the case was cracked. Who knows what photo, what tip United
Do
Cajun
y'all
Navy,
agree with
or
Nancy?
law enforcement,
Is y'all rocking
or
with
the
Nancy? Y'all
Nolan
let me know.
team might get that might crack this case
Light that
wide
trash up
open.
while you at
So
it.
that said, Brian, how did you create this timeline? I find it very interesting.
We have got to the point where literally
I don't see no gifts or super chat saying Savage, you need to stay on it a bit.
This is base 44. This is the first look at the
Y'all in here might as well say Savage, you might as well get on off. We ain't gonna donate nothing to you tonight, my boy. I understand. I know how it go.
So,
Kids just
first
went
of
back
all,
to school.
going back to
I
your
understand.
comment about internet sleuths, a lot of people consider themselves internet sleuths, but some people really are good. And there's one young lady who's helped us out on many cases, who was very helpful in this case. I haven't asked her permission yet if I could say her name, but if she gives me permission and I come back on, I'll be happy to give her credit for all the help she gave us. But basically, what we did was we took, like I said, we took these pictures, we juxtaposed them to, like Google Earth and satellite pictures of the island to try to determine exactly where they were. We looked at the initial coordinates called out from I think from the Coast Guard or from Marine Patrol when the missing persons report first went out, and basically just try to run these pictures against each other to say, okay, this boat's here now, it's not here later, and again, just create an index. We had to use some software to help us create the index of the pictures and make sure we put it into the best timeline we could. We included social media posts that, may or may not have been definitive, but this was happening in real time, so we thought it was important to put those up there to create context.
Watching from Florida.
So again,
Shout out to Florida,
just
man.
trying to, our goal was
Shout out
to
to
take
everybody
what
in
we've
that bit.
received, put it into a digestible
Drop down with some of y'all
format
from,
that just
man.
about anybody could understand, hopefully. And if it's helpful, great.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get me a
If it's
blizzard
not,
right
then I
quick.
don't
Drop
think
down with some of y'all
no
from
harm,
in the
no
chat.
foul,
Let me see some of y'all from Clanville. I mean Mississippi.
It may
My
be
bad.
refined
My bad.
as the days go forward. How does it shift the timeline? Because there is a group of people fighting at 5 p.m. Who are they? The friends say they leave at 4:31. That should be able to be verified through GPS. 5 p.m. Nolan, according to them.
Ooh, South Florida. Shout out to South Florida, man.
Because by
Shout out
7:30, when
to
it states
Ivory.
Nolan
Shout out to
nowhere in sight. So
Oklahoma. Shout out to California.
in the water. He
To my
wasn't
bro, you
on
said
the
it
ship.
right.
If
Tennessee.
he
Shout out to
had-
Tennessee.
Hold on, Dave.
Shout out to
Just
Michigan.
working.
Shout out to
If
Columbus,
he
Georgia.
had
Georgia.
drowned, wouldn't
Shout out to
he
Milwaukee.
be floating in the water?
Shit was just the time someone fell
Perhaps.
off and drowned.
I've seen bodies in
It
the
really,
immediate that will go directly
Delaware.
to the
Shout out to
bottom.
Delaware.
And there
Shout
are
out to
those
Silver
that
Springs.
do in fact float. So a lot of it
Well,
is
y'all
going
in
to
that bit.
depend upon the temperature of the water.
All right.
Many times, a lot of it's going to depend
Everybody
upon
in
is there
here.
anything else out there that
Everybody in
could,
here. Everybody just in here. Just shout. Just put their state in here.
impede the body's
Everybody in here
ability to
saying,
float to the top. Like
send me something, goddammit.
as
Dollar
you can
super
see, there
chat.
are a lot of
Everybody here
boats
said
out there.
$1.99
So if, in fact,
super
that
chat.
had occurred,
Don't tell me you ain't got it.
have
Shout out to
bodies
Houston.
that will be caught beneath other vessels. I've worked cases like that where they were looking around for someone and they couldn't find them
I
because
want to come
the
to
whole
Houston, man. I
area
ain't gonna care.
was surrounded by vessels. And
Shout out to Houston, man.
There are a lot of elements that go into this.
In the super chat.
Hi guys,
Do
Nancy
it through the
Grace
super
here.
chat
If
for
you
me.
are a homeowner, you probably thought, should I call American Financing to refinance and pay off this debt?
I'm staying up with y'all too, and I gotta get up in the morning. I'm staying up, chilling, vibing out with y'all.
Low rate, it's not saving you if you're drowning in credit card interest.
Hold on. Wait.
Is saving customers an average of $800.
Get back to the clip.
A month.
Everybody want a
Nolan
damn
to
promo,
Horn
don't it?
Island. It's also the boat that reportedly leaves, according to the occupants, without Nolan. They claim they begged him to board their vessel, but he said no. Let me understand this. According, Caitlin Becker, according to the mysterious Katie.
Y'all like that trash up. I'm so finna light mine
her
up.
sister's posted, and we've obtained her photo. We think.
Somebody say Grace paper chasing. You think she paper
says he
chasing?
left with his friends.
Who y'all rocking with, Grace or Tatum?
Okay, that's a problem.
Yep. That's a problem. And there are also quite a few friends that he had come out with. So the Triton that he was on, there were 3 or 4 people on that particular boat. That's the one that he had come out on, and the one that his friends say, we asked him to get back on the boat.
All right, my
he
boy.
didn't get back on the boat. His phone was on the boat. We left. We took on water. We needed help. He said he was going to stay to talk to this mysterious, as you said,
Grace
Katie.
is
Mysterious Katie
always
says that she talked to him for a minute. It was no big deal. That his friends called him back, and that's where he went. And she just assumed he went back on the boat with his friends. The issue I think that we're running into here is that his friends weren't just the 4 that you're seeing right here. There were multiple boats, 3 boats full of friends that came out. So could he have been going back to a second boat full of his friends?
all day, Brandon.
Ain't that
Brandon Thomas?
Or were they referring to the Triton itself? That I think is where the biggest bit of confusion lays.
Y'all rocking with Officer Thomas or what? Hey, appreciate that, Monique.
Didn't at the get-go,
Hey, y'all see what Monique just did? Everybody do what Monique just did.
They didn't know the name of the girl.
I know y'all can spend $1.99 with me now. God
Never
damn.
seen her before. I'm paraphrasing. We can look up their exact words. Then does it turn out they're actually texting with her about where is Nolan?
Like that trash up.
Apparently, Nancy, you have to realize a couple things here, and it's getting lost in the muck and the mire, is the phrase. We use the term Nolan's friend that he went to Horn Island with. Well, you know what, Nancy? Many people have said that
Let me put that out.
he didn't know Katie, they didn't know Katie before that day. That Nolan just started talking to her. But now it appears that they, being the group of friends, were...
I'm launching my website, but I need the right name. You can purchase what's available on Wix domain. Wix domain shows you URLs.
They were communicating with Katie and knew who she was, and that during the...
Then why would they say they didn't know who she was? Call her some girl, a girl.
Well, here's the problem, Nancy, is I keep hearing friends. You realize that Nolan... He went out to Horn Island on a boat. You know, Warren Hudson has talked a lot. He's been with Officer Tatum talking about, his best friend.
Hey, shout out
Nolan,
Monique again for that super chat, too.
First of all, Warren did not go to Horn Island on the same boat as Nolan Wells. And we have
heard that ridge is growing high. Come on, man.
Friends, ain't
no ridge over here.
The one that got you there, right? So Nolan went with one boat, and they expected he would return on the same boat.
Just because you've been smoking ridge your whole life.
That was never the plan. He was never going back on the same boat that took him to the island. So when we
I ain't
talk
seen that
about
shit.
this group of friends,
Begging that
Nancy,
nigga. Nah, hell no. Send that shit. $1.99, you getting extorted.
and we keep focusing
$1.99 on you blocking your ass.
problem. But now,
$1.99 right now.
what boat was Nolan Wells supposed to be going back to the mainland? We know he didn't ride with Warren Hudson.
Hold on, y'all, man. Let me get me another damn black, man.
Supposed to be on.
Brian Trasher.
While y'all in here talking shit to me, let me get me another black.
Navy on the case from the very beginning. Brian, do we know the time of the CETO call made from the Triton?
We do. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know it's been reported, and obviously the CETO would have the exact time of that recording and stuff in their archives. But it seems like it was.
No, who just lit that gift up? I just seen a gift light up. Appreciate that, bro. Barnes. Appreciate that, guy.
Who ended up towing the boat himself, being a good Samaritan, and of course now that poor guy's getting raked over the coals just for being a good, what we try to tell everybody, to be neighbor helping neighbor.
Now, didn't the grandpa call?
Y'all know we don't do no smoking over here.
Yeah, I think that
And it may have been
this is a non-smoke channel.
Contacted him and said, "Hey, we got somebody to tow us." So
this is a non-smoke channel.
A better signal, and said, "Hey, they don't need it anymore." Again, these are all kind of the things that were already out there. I don't think we included too much about that in our report because it had been reported on so much. But I also just wanted to point out too, on the photo on page 14. This is one that we included, even though we could. There's a young man that matches Nolan's description, and I'm saying it that way because we can't verify that it's him in this picture. and he's partially in it because there's a girl blocking him, but it's a young, slender African American male wearing blue swim trunks, from what you could see in the picture. According to the person that submitted that photo, it was taken at approximately 4:50 p.m. Central Time on July 4th, which would have been after the GPS data says that the Triton had left Horn Island. Now, that's only relevant if this young man in the picture actually turns out to be Nolan. We never could verify it, but we thought it was important enough to at least include as a possibility.
Guys, Nancy Grace here. Please join us on Crime
All right,
Stories
all right,
and streaming first
all right,
on
Nancy.
Fox 1. When
All right,
breaking
Nancy.
crime news develops,
We done with
investigate
Nancy
it and
right
bring
now.
it to you. Bombshell updates,
We
answers
done with
to
Nancy.
unanswered questions from cases
We'll go to
making
somebody else.
headlines.
Let's go to somebody else. Hear somebody else out. Let them talk. Let's go to y'all boy real quick. I know who y'all looking for. I know who y'all looking for. I know exactly who y'all looking for. Hold on. Let me go to y'all boy real quick. I know who y'all looking for. My fault. I see. Let's stop bullshitting around. I'm tired of bullshitting around tonight. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. The person that really know what's going on with the Nolan Wells case. Let's stop bullshitting around now. Let's stop bullshitting around tonight. I'm sick of it. Well, this morning, this early in the morning, 1:55 a.m. where I'm at.
I do anything to see this conflict.
And I gotta get up in the a.m. in a minute. I'm still up, nigga. We still up doing this shit. What they talking about? Tell them stop playing with Saturday, man. Nigga, we still up doing this shit. And I did what we did 2 or 3 hours earlier. We back almost at another 2 hours. They better stop playing with Saturday. They better stop playing with me, man. I got my foot on the motherfucking gas. Fuck you talking about?
Ben Crump, happy to have you, my man.
Here go y'all, boy.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to be with you.
Man, it's a pleasure having you. I mean, it's so much I want to ask you. It's so much I want to get into. I know you're a busy guy, so I don't want to take up that much of your time. Nolan Wells, for the people that's unfamiliar with that case, can you break that down?
Certainly. Nolan Wells was an 18-year-old black teenager who, on 4th of July, was celebrating with his friends, and he went out on Horn Island. He went with his 3 other friends, at least what we have in the photograph, and they were young white teenagers. He was the only black teenager, and somehow they all came back home safely on the 4th of July, but Nolan Wells did not come home. His mother, their families announced that he was missing. They were, out of their mind with concern. And then his body was found washed up on shore 2 days later, face down, dead. And so then everybody started to try to say, well, what happened? When you look at the videos, there were 300, 400 people out there. And what we've been saying, somebody knows something, somebody saw something. There was a young lady named Katie who said that, she was talking to Nolan, but then he got back on the boat with the people he came with, or got back on the boat with the boys. And the boys who were on the boat with him said, Nolan said he was going to stay behind with Katie. And that
Who know where Katie at? We need Katie, gang. Where is Katie, gang?
That has been bewildering.
Where is Katie though? For real, I'm being honest. We do a little joking around over here. That's what we do. We don't take everything serious. Some things we do take serious. But for real now, gang, where is Katie though? For real, all games aside. For real now, all games aside. Where is Katie at, gang? I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Katie. I'm being honest. Do anybody know her social media or anything? Is she on social media or anything? Or what? Can we pull her up right now? Or what? Because everybody been bringing up Katie. She talking to the police? Y'all think so? Y'all think that what the case may be? Y'all think she talking to 12? Katie went to see the mom. Have y'all saw Katie? I haven't seen her. Maybe y'all saw something I haven't, Nolan knew how to swim. What are you talking about? No, I'm talking about, you talking to somebody else in the chat. Okay. I don't know, but everybody just been bringing Katie up lately. Everybody just been bringing Katie up.
If he says he's going to stay behind, why does an 18-year-old get their cell phone? If they're not going to go with the boat, why would they leave it with them? His mother, called his phone 3 times, got no answer.
It's all over social media. Okay. I ain't never saw her.
When they did
I just hear people talk about her.
Life 360, trying to say, find my phone, is when she found out that the phone was with the friends. And so her friend went to get the phone. And when they got the phone back, they discovered that there were a lot of Snapchat messages that were deleted. They also
You said, hold up, wait. Hey, Immortal. You said you don't know. Wait. I donated to the Carmelo Fund, donated much more to Wells family. Well, we need donations over here too, Immortal. Since you telling me who all you donated to, you ain't donated shit over here. I ain't see you pop up in the chat with a donation. Nothing. So don't tell me who you donated to if you ain't donated shit over here. If you donate over here first, then you tell me who you donated to. Let's go.
So that was very concerning to them as they're trying to figure out, what happened to my child? Our child is dead and we have no answers. Nobody's telling us anything. And so it became just an incredibly painful ordeal for them trying to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And then America became engaged in this matter because
appreciate that gift,
wasn't adding up to anybody.
Appreciate that guy.
He says, I'm going to stay behind, but he leaves his cell phone. He doesn't have his car keys. Well, if he stands behind and you don't have any of that information, people are saying, did he stay behind? And so that becomes a question. Obviously there's this CETO audio that comes out that people have did forensic audio engineering on it to try to see what was being said on the audio recording of the CETO kind of 911 type call. And it's in that call
he got that check.
People say they hear certain things. We have retained audio engineering experts to be able to decipher and to render expert opinions on the validity
of what you sparking up. That but a blizzard.
CETO 911 audio that seems to suggest things about the presence of Nolan. And so we're trying not to speculate. We're trying to investigate. But we're
shout out to everybody in here, man.
Questions that don't add up to us. And that's what everybody's been doing.
Y'all rocking out with Savage, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
This 18-year-old
Yo, block who? Y'all know what y'all are. White folk feel sorry, but come on now, we done messing with you.
Missing and nobody
Calvin,
knows anything.
Calvin, keep everything good now.
Within, hours after
I'm trying to let everybody rock out.
His dead body, they claim that, that no foul play, accidental drowning is what they suggest. And his family are saying, we can't accept that when you make that conclusion without doing no investigations. And so what they want is a full, impartial, fair investigation into what happened to Nolan Wells. In our community, we see people investigated very zealously. And so we want the same thing for our children. We want them to zealously investigate this matter just as if they would if the roles were reversed. And that's what I think has people in the minority community
Somebody said
saying,
automatic life.
hold on, we want to know what's on everybody's phone. We want to know social media, because all of that could become very relevant information as to what happened to Nolan Wells.
What happened to Nolan Wells, guys?
This is Buick now.
What happened to Crump? Crump said what happened to Nolan Wells, gang? That's what they trying to figure out. What happened to Nolan Wells?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
But listen, gang, did he? Oh my bad. He was at the island. Wait. Let me talk. Listen though, gang. Listen though. For real though, all gangs aside. For real though. Listen though, gang. Do y'all think that Crump started this whole Nolan with something happened to Nolan Well thing? Because y'all remember at first the mother had came out and she said that she didn't feel that nothing happened to her child. And then she turned around and started saying, hold up, wait. Just like me. She started saying like me, wait. Something just ain't right. Did Big Crump put that in her head, or was that a mother intuition? Let me know, gang. Let me know, because a lot of people be going at Crump saying, oh, he just there for the money and all that. I'm just asking y'all opinion. It ain't no right or wrong answers. I'm just asking y'all opinion, gang. I'm just asking y'all opinion, gang. I'm just being honest. Why do I keep hearing the mother? Why you never speak on the father? I'm saying I heard him talk, but he ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He been like a sideline. You know what I'm saying? He been right there standing on the side. I heard him talk a little something, but you know, he ain't said nothing that to make me say, okay, I see the dad ain't bullshitting, but the mama been really on the front line. He just been standing on the side, holding his damn wife, you know, grab her little side. You know how you grab your girl? You know how you grab your girl right there? You grab your girl right there when she, you know, feeling down. That's what the daddy been doing. I ain't had too much to say about it. I'm talking about the mother, though. No cap.
Her sister Gracie came out and said that Nolan intended to go back to the mainland with his friends, right?
Yeah, there seems to be a conflict in what they're saying. They said he stayed with the young lady. The young lady said no, he got back on the boat. And so, you know, that seems to be one of the biggest issues that everybody is trying to figure out, as well as the independent autopsy where he had red discoloration at the back of his brain that was found in the second autopsy, and also the fact that the initial state medical examiner kept possession of Nolan Wells' throat. And we don't know why they did that. Our pathologist, Dr. Roger Mitchell, said when he was the chief medical examiner for the city of Washington, D.C., that they normally would do that it wasn't uncommon if they suspected that there might be some fracture or some compressions to the throat.
So after y'all did the autopsy, from what you know, what do you believe that was on the back of his neck?
We can't speculate. We know that we think Dr. Roger Mitchell should have the benefit of looking at all the autopsy notes and observations and photographs from the first autopsy, and then have
Crump talk like he's slow. I ain't gonna cap.
State medical
Shout out to Crump
examiner
though.
be able to look at all of his notes from the second autopsy and try to work together to figure out what conclusions that they can draw from the autopsies, both of them. And then also waiting for toxicology. That becomes a factor in finding out the manner and cause of death. But Dr. Mitchell said, and this is very, very important, he said, if it's a drowning, then that still doesn't answer the whole question what happened to Nolan Wells because he said then there are questions about was Nolan Wells' condition of his body conscious or unconscious when he went into the water. Furthermore, he said, did he go into the water unforced or forced? He said all those things become factors.
Makes a lot of sense. And I know his friend Warren Hudson, he came out with an interview where he made a statement about how Nolan, he was drinking liquor on the boat. You heard about that?
Well, we don't know. We want the toxicologist to come. We know when you hear the CETO audio call, it appears that there was some intoxication. But again, toxicology can tell us that. And people's firsthand eyewitness testimony can tell us that. We want answers. You know, as I've said over and over again, I am for truth, no matter who it implicates or who it exonerates. I am for justice, no matter who it convicts or who it acquits. And I am certainly for transparency so all of us can see and we can have trust in the system that this was a fair, impartial, and complete investigation. That's what everybody would want if this was their child.
Do y'all agree with Crump? Hold up, wait. Who said? Nah, I know you weren't talking about glistening ball. Somebody said, can it shine a little bit more? Who said that? Somebody said something about shining. I know they were talking about that glistening ball. I know who they were talking about. I know they talking about glistening ball. Now y'all said something about an audio call with Nancy. I think I heard that the other day. I think she broke it down. Hold on. Y'all said something about Nancy. Everybody keeps saying Nancy. She broke it down. She broke it down good. What's Nancy? Nancy Grace broke it down. Let's see her break it down then. Let's see her break it down. That's great. Damn, boy, at 2:00 in the morning. Shh. Well, I might not be going to work tomorrow, but god damn, at 2 a.m. I mean 2:11. Shh. Nigga, god damn, nigga, we still in this bit. We still in this bit. Damn, y'all must ain't gotta go to work. Somebody don't even genius early. The fuck? Somebody said it's early for them. Shit, it's late as hell over that bit. Lady Will, hold on. Wait. Oh, that's why y'all ain't been donating. Cause y'all ain't got no damn job. Y'all feel y'all tummy. Oh yeah. Y'all tummy off of Martin. Oh, okay. Where you work at? The big black building across the street. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm done. Hey, I fuck with y'all, gang. Hey, I fuck with y'all for real, gang. I ain't gonna care. I fuck with y'all. Hold on. Let's get into the call, though. Though. I fuck with y'all for real. Y'all in here rocking out with me early in the morning. I fuck with y'all for real. All gangs aside. I fuck with y'all for real, though. No cap. Hold on. Let's get to the call real quick. Then we do got to end this big guy. I ain't gonna cap. I do got to get me a nap in or something. Hold on. Let's go to that call right quick, though. That y'all talking about. Let's see what she really saying about the call. I think I heard of some. I looked at some of it the other day because there's so many people playing the call, so I was just listening to some of everybody play the damn call and see what they say about the call. But hold on, let me see. Hold on. Here it is right here. No. See call. Yeah, we'll go to it right here. Ain't no problem. God dang it, that damn long? Hold on. Why my channel did it then? Do you got Cash App, bro? Yeah. Street Profit 23. Type in $ Street Profit number 2 and the number 3. No cap. Let's go to that call right quick, guys. Here we go. Let's go to this call. Now let's see what y'all was saying on here. Let's see what y'all was saying on here. Let's see what y'all was saying on this call, man. Yeah, she really broke it down. I'm telling you.
All right, unless you have a membership number or anything, it's okay.
Hold on right quick.
I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Horn
My
Island.
bad, gang.
Now, there have been a lot of different accounts about whether he was on the boat when he came
Okay,
back
let's see her break it
from
down.
Horn Island. When he was supposed to come back from Horn Island, he never came back from Horn Island. And you can clearly hear on that version, which we obtained from the Mississippi Department of Marine Research. They released it. Something off TikTok or Insta. And that's what you hear. Let me hear 184 one more time, please.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're going.
Appreciate that gift forever.
Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down there.
If you got hit, even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Because if you were in a car accident,
Dave Mack, Crime Stories, investigative reporter. What are we hearing?
Nancy, this is the audio call from the boat that Nolan Wells took out to Horn Island. And the boat is attempting to leave Horn Island because the boat is taking on water. What we are hearing is the call from the boat to the group they have.
Cito, let me help you. Let me help you. Reminder, Dave Mack, we've only got 1 hour.
No, Nolan went. You know what? I'm gonna keep my comment to myself. I was about to say something, but let's go.
To cover a lot of territory.
I'm finna ask a question just then, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do that.
Where the grandson of the boat owner,
If you know, you know,
thinks that they're taking on water. Joining me right now, special guest
R.I.P. Nolan.
Brandon Tatum. He is a former police officer with Tucson PD, and he is the star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. He has interviewed Nolan's friends. Now, we're about to bring on 2 experts, each one taking a different viewpoint on that call. But, Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. No matter what you say, just know you're going to get hate mail. Doesn't matter what you say. If the angel Gabriel came down right now and spoke on this case, he would get hate mail. That said, what do you make of that audio, officer?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. If you put the audio within context, it is an impossibility unless these people are prophesying that somehow they're saying Nolan's name or projecting that Nolan is somehow injured, hurt, or killed, because we have witnesses that have come out. When I interviewed Warren, a lot of those kids that I talked to already alluded to this way before the audio came out, that they were gone. And people had already saw Nolan after they had left. The young lady, Katie, that he was hanging out with, I saw a text message from her alluding to the fact that she never saw him get on that boat at all. We have video of the boat that we shared on our social media page, and it shows all the occupants on the boat, and Nolan was not there. And so if a person thinks that they've heard something on the audio, they have to compare it with context. Maybe they said, is it dead? Talking about items that could potentially have died or damaged on the boat, given the fact that they were sinking. So I think people need to put this in context and reevaluate what they're listening to on the video, because if you are going to make a staunch stance in the wrong direction, in my opinion, by saying they're obviously talking about Nolan, it is incredibly impossible. One more thing, real quick, that when you look at where they were at when they made the phone call and their GPS coordinates, it literally put them on the island. And we know, and not on the physical island, but really close proximity to the island. And we know, because we have another video of Nolan being out there and also all the other boats surrounding him, that this would have had to happen very near to hundreds of people in hundreds of different boats. So somebody would have seen something if there was a dramatic commotion like this occurring on that boat.
I hear what you're saying, Officer Brandon Tate.
Y'all rocking out with Stop 6 or
That
what?
last part that you said, that there were hundreds of people around and they would have seen what happened, that part, I disagree with that. John Mobley joining us, veteran trial lawyer out of South Carolina.
Who is this brother
John,
here?
take off your defense hat one moment and let's address
Nah, put your hat
that
on.
statement.
Put your hat on, brother, with that head. No,
Do I have
okay.
to say
All
Tupac?
right.
That's just comes off the top of my head.
No, you talking about
Crimes
Tupac.
happen
You was out of
all the
line,
time
Gracie.
in a crowded area.
Nah, you out of line.
Nobody sees anything. Either they say they didn't see anything, or they really didn't see anything, because it all blends in, right? It all blends in. I've had a little boy thrown off the 3rd level of the Mall of America, almost to his death. He did die and he was brought back to life. Nobody saw what happened. A guy threw him over. People were all over the mall. The food court was crowded. Nobody
You gonna have
saw.
to, Chrissy, y'all gonna go back to the beginning of the live.
So,
we played that already.
I think part of it is, Mobley, you don't expect to see something, and so your mind is not interpreting, it's not intercepting what you're physically seeing. And again, we don't know what happened. We don't know why Nolan Wells has a red mark on the back of his occipital. We don't know. Was he hit? Did he fall? Didn't fall off a boat? It could have been any number of things. Some nefarious, some an accident, some negligent. My point is, just because there's a lot of people around, that does not guarantee you witnesses, Mobley. You know that better than anybody with all the cases you've tried.
Well, Nancy, I got to call it like I see it. I think there are two things I want to say to address that. The first part, I would agree with you that
John Mobley.
a lot of people can be around.
Boy, you got a hell of a name, boy.
Something can happen rather, and people not see it. However, I think the way that the human mind works, we would all agree, is we perceive things all the time. Okay, and we may perceive something that at the time we perceive it, it is not deemed significant. However, in this case, I do believe that if someone did see something that they didn't pay particular attention to involving Nolan Wells, once all of this has come out, the way the mind works is it'll trigger what they saw before, because now it becomes significant. Okay, so I do agree that people can perceive things and not pay attention to them. But when
appreciate.
Later,
shout out to
you're not paying attention to what everybody's wearing.
Shaquille Price. I'm just saying, my bad. I didn't mean to say my bad. Shout out. I ain't say it right the first time anyway, but shout out to Price for that cash out. Shout out to Price for the cash out.
And I do want to address,
appreciate that, Price.
The red mark on the back of his head. I mean, I think that is a red herring. That's something that everybody
for the $15 cash out,
because they're so desperate for any information that might be related to the cause of his death. But even the own pathologist that conducted the autopsy did not dedicate
up. Mobley, are you a medical doctor?
I ain't say her first name right, so y'all don't even know what I said. I said Price.
Listening, not hearing, yes, no. You're not a medical doctor.
I'm a juris doctor.
Are you a medical examiner?
I am not.
No. Put up the back diagram, the back of the head of Nolan Wells from the second autopsy right now. You know what? I give it to you, Mobley. You're a great trial lawyer. A medical examiner, you ain't. And I don't know why you're saying people are latching onto this, grabbing at straws. I'm looking right at it, man. Should I believe you or my lying eyes? I am looking at the second autopsy. And I have questioned multiple actual medical examiners, actual doctors that say that means something. Put him up again. In what world would the first medical examiner remove Nolan's throat if it did not have something probative about it?
Well, she got a point, gang. My fault, gang. That was my fault.
Throat. Do not tell me that a medical doctor, which you are not, took a throat out of this young man because it means nothing, and then you know what? I can't even hear you. Straight Joe Scott Morgan joining us, professor of forensics, death investigator.
I know a lot of people now do. My fault, y'all.
Record, edit,
I had to
share your content.
go out and come back in with my damn phone because they were doing some crazy shit.
That second doctor did not highlight that in red for nothing. That doctor is not grabbing at straws, as Mobley said. I don't know why he's saying that.
No, you're right. He has purpose. We have purpose in everything that we do in the medical legal world. And so when you see this highlighted area, it's unique in the way he has diagrammed it here. He even demonstrates it that it has almost like margins to it. And, you know, that's what has left a big question for us, because it's not like it's diffuse all over the place where you've got these kind of spotty alignments.
Who is Sanders right here?
Well,
who is the dude on front of the Popeye? I mean the KFC. What the man name is? The KFC man. Look at the KFC man. All right, let's go.
Things like that, we think about patterns, and that's some of the questions that have yet to be answered. But what he does say in his relative to the second examination is that he did a multi-layered dissection. Now, this area had not been dissected by the ME's office in Mississippi. So what he's doing is he's going layer by layer. We're talking about the skin. We're talking about the subcu fat. We're talking about the musculature. There is musculature under there. And what his conclusion is, Nancy, is that there's significant decomposition at this point in time. So he cannot make a determination about these markings one way or another. He needs more information. And admittedly, in this second autopsy, he says this is pending investigation. And that's key here.
Okay. Joe Scott Morgan.
Yes.
He, the first medical examiner, removed the throat.
Yes.
No other part of the body, except for the lungs, removed the throat and the lungs. We know why he took the lungs. I don't have to be a death investigator like yourself with 10,000 death investigations under my belt to know why he took the lungs, to see if no one drowned.
I said something, nigga. Didn't I have said? Hold up, wait.
Does not tell me how they got in.
Didn't I say that? Hold up, mix, whatever your name is. I said it at first. I said, "Who is Sanders?" Who heard me say that? I said it at first, and I said, "No, they probably ain't his damn name." I said the name at first. Stop playing with me, man.
Let's water. Go. Did he fall? Was he hit? Was he held under? Was it an accident? Did you see that video? Pull it up if you can, control room, of all those ships, all those boats out there. If he was between one of those boats, lost his footing, went under, got the riptide, no one may have noticed. All right? No one may have noticed. Look at all that. And there were apparently 300 or so people out there. This is just a tiny microcosm. It's July the 4th. Everybody's at Horn Island having a good time. So it could be any number of ways he landed under the water. But my point is, that's why they took the lungs. Why? The throat.
Well, because the throat and the throat areas you're referring to it as, it's actually the organs of the neck. We're talking about the larynx, the pharynx, our windpipe, essentially, and everything else that's connected therein. That's the conveyance to get into the lungs. So one of the things that what they're looking at here, Nancy, to put it very bluntly, is they're looking for any possibility that his breathing could have been compromised. Well, how is that compromised? Well, when you begin to think about, if you put your hand in the line of your throat, right here, okay, you begin to think about the trachea, which is encompassed right here. Was it compromised in any way? Are there any focal areas of hemorrhage? Has it been crushed? You would go up into the neck. I suspect that the tongue was probably removed as well. You're going to look at the hyoid, which, you know, did not accompany the body. But all of this has been retained. There's nothing abnormal about the state retaining the organs of the neck. This happens very, very frequently in cases like this because they want to be able to go back and examine it. And also for the future, they either want to get a consult on it or it has evidentiary probative value here moving forward with any kind of case in the future.
Hi guys, Nancy Grace here. If you
are Nancy, she went to break. Until old boy said, I'm black, I don't know who Colonel Sanders is. Nigga, I don't eat KFC. I'm being honest with you. I can't even tell you the last time I ate at KFC, to be honest with you. I'm more of a Popeyes man. No cap. But let's go, though. Let's get back to what Nancy talking about over here. Nancy Grace. She said she thick in the waist, taking up space. Nah, I'm just playing. All right, let go for real. Let go.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag
unless you have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
We're bringing in our forensics experts, but back to Brandon Tatum, former police officer, Tucson PD. He is the star of the Officer Tatum on YouTube. He has interviewed Nolan's friends. Okay, you're saying that I am looking at, and others are looking at this out of context. My mind is open. You may be right. And I believe, Officer Tatum, you are specifically referring to the words, let's see the transcript of the audio as I read this, please. You're referring to alleged statements. Sure, he's dead? Is he dead? Nolan. OMG. Nolan, don't die. Then wake the F up. I thought he was on the check his chest. Now, to you, Officer Tatum, you believe that there is an innocent explanation. My mind is open. And that innocent explanation would be what?
Well, I think that if you are convinced without context that they are talking about Nolan, you're going to hear certain things and perceive it. I mean, the bilge pump is damaged. They could have been saying, don't die. Is it dead? Referring to the bilge pump or the bilge pump. And they could have been talking about a battery. They could have been saying no, and people think they said Nolan. The only reason that I deviate from the transcript is because there are witnesses that have said they've seen Nolan after the boys had already left and after the call was already made. And also, I put my detective mind on, when I look at the reasoning But why would they be calling and giving GPS coordinates and talking to this dispatch for 8 minutes if their best friend, whom I've spoke to these boys, they've showed me pictures, they were emotional about Nolan's death. I was there during the funeral, at least there with them when the funeral was going on, and they were devastated that they couldn't go to his funeral. I perceive that it doesn't make sense if they had killed their friend in a malicious way or he was dead, that they wouldn't just simply ask for help instead of trying to cover it up and calling for a tow and talking for 8 minutes. I mean, all of those things, plus the witnesses, it just doesn't add up. And I just wish people would be open-minded to saying, let me rewatch it and let me put it within context that Nolan cannot be on the boat because witnesses seen him afterwards, and let me re-listen to it and try to put it in perspective.
So you're saying witnesses saw him afterwards, after that call, or did you mean to say witnesses saw him elsewhere?
Yeah, no, witnesses saw him on the island after the call. After the boys had left around 4:30, witnesses have seen Nolan alive on the island after that. So, you know, that puts Nolan alive after that. And I think that people should be focused on, okay, now let's interview and talk to people and consider what did they see, because we're already past the point of Warren and Wyatt's boat and all of those things being involved.
Officer Tatum, I had so many trial judges from all the cases I tried in different courtrooms, but one particular judge, my favorite, Luther Alverson, he had a particular jury charge, and I've heard it so many times, I've memorized it. He said to the jury at the end of the case, after the closings, it is your duty to make all witnesses speak the truth and impugn perjury on no one. So, what I'm trying to do is reconcile what you're saying with what I'm hearing. I hope Nolan Wells died by accident, but I'm not shutting down our Crime Stories investigation until I know. Now, I want to address this sound. To Joe Scott Morgan, a professor of forensics, Jacksonville State University, author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon. At Jacksonville State University, they have a world-class Crim Pro lab and setup. In fact, I've called on Morgan many times to help me recreate crimes in their labs. Star of Body Bags with Joe Scott Morgan. Joe Scott, you've been on so many death scenes, trying desperately to get to my experts, but I got to lay the foundation, as I would do in court, before I bring in a piece of evidence. Joe Scott, people do crazy things when somebody dies. They panic.
Hey, y'all, can y'all get me to 100 likes?
It isn't.
Get me to a like before we get up out of there. Let's get to 100 likes.
Lie. They do all sorts of things. The cover-up is very often worse than what the initial incident was. People panic. So, the reaction of the friends to Nolan potentially having passed.
Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel for me.
Doesn't mean much to me, because you don't know what somebody's going to do under those circumstances. So hearing them on the boat, I hear what Tatum is saying, and it's reasonable. But how people act in that scenario is not always reasonable.
No, it's not, particularly when they're faced with somebody that's in distress and they are under the influence of alcohol. And that's going to play a huge role in this from an investigative standpoint. And not to mention, probably a group of people that don't have a lot of experience with alcohol. We're talking about a group of underage kids. We're not talking about upper end college kids here. We're talking about kids that are 18 years old.
Appreciate that, guy.
They've been getting hammered out there on this island, and
y'all
that's
turned the bit up for me tonight. I mean, this morning. I will say this morning.
Well, you're right. Okay, not that Tatum, in his own right, is not an expert. He's a former police officer with Tucson. Joe Scott, an expert. Mobley, an expert. But now, let's go to our digital experts. First, Todd Shipley joining us, digital cybercrime expert, former Detective Sergeant, Reno PD, 25 years in law enforcement, author of Surviving a Cyber Attack
W daily,
securing
man.
social
W
media,
everybody that came
protecting your
through.
home,
Get their
author of
opinion on it too.
Investigating Internet Crimes, an intro to solving crimes in cyberspace. He says nothing he hears on this audio shows that the audio has been altered. Okay, Shipley, hit it.
Well, we have to look at the fact that the audio that
what
we
his name was? Shipley.
again, one of those that was released by the press.
Ain't that man? Ain't no way the man named
stepped
Shipley.
on multiple times, just like we had last year with another famous.
Did you say that was released by the press? Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Tucker.
salute,
It was not released by
princess.
the press.
It was
Released to the press, but it was released
Oh,
by the
man, who is him?
Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. That was not released by the media.
Yes, Nancy, but in every station that's released it has put a copy that they've edited up onto online, and so we have this expectation bias that's there. So the audio obviously is real. It's been released, and then the agency that released it said that it's a video or audio of the incident, but every version that we've seen has been stepped on multiple times. And so there's an expectation bias when you start putting up audio translations that you believe is there, and everybody then has this confirmation of that this is what's said. Now, we have to go back to the original audio from the government agency to get the information that we need to prove what's there in the audio, because multiple pieces released through press stations online don't always have the exact audio we want. There's already been speculation that some of the different audio, like TMZ's and the others, are a little bit edited, and they always are, because
we talked about that already at the beginning of the live. Simpson, you got to rewind the live back.
Edited versions of what you think are the audio does not necessarily mean that that's what it is. We can look at the audio and find out what's there, but we've got to look at the original version.
My home garage. I gotta get up out of here, guy. I want to stay in here longer, but I gotta get up for work, gang. I ain't gonna care. Rewind the live back if you want to know about the the title. All you gotta do is just rewind the live back, gang. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Rewind it back. You'll see it. Rewind the live back. Hold on, man. I gotta get up out of here, gang. I gotta get up in a minute. I gotta get up in a minute. W to everybody that came through on that bit. For real, for real. Yeah, rewind the live back, old boy. But salute to everybody. We're gonna come back when I get off and talk about some more. Y'all turn y'all notification bells on as well, so y'all know we're back. We come back and kick it, whatever. And talk about some more topics. We ain't just gotta talk about the Nolan Well cases. There's more topics we can talk about, or that I do talk about over here. We talk about rappers, everything, not just the Nolan Well case, gang. We talk about other stuff too. So salute to everybody up in that bit, man. If you ain't already, make sure you hit that sub button. Hit that sub, hit that notification bell as well. Everything, gang, for me, gang. W to everybody. W topics. W comments, whether you was trolling or not. W to everybody, gang. It's Savage TV. I see y'all, gang. Salute. I'm going to see y'all on the net live. Yeah.